Hey guys, my name is Joseph Malone, and welcome to the confines of my home. Anyways, guys, I didn't really feel like doing this video like in my car, so I just said, okay, hey, let me set up the tripod and do it here. So, thank you guys for tuning in, and today we're going to be talking about how to finance a car at a younger age. Now, for most of you guys, you know, if you're a subscriber, that I own a 2020 Toyota Corolla, and I financed the majority of the purchase price through the bank. And so I just want to talk to you guys about that a little bit, because I am 21 years old. I am at a really young age, and there are people that's like double my age that cannot go into a reputable bank. I mean, they can't go to a reputable bank. They can't go to a reputable dealership. They can't get a good interest rate on a car. So what are the things, what are the principles that you need to be following in order to position yourself? Because maybe you're not looking to buy a car now, or maybe the next 2 to 3 years, maybe the next 4 to 5 years. You don't know, but it's good to have yourself set up in a position where if you ever do decide to buy a car, you are in a good credit position to do so. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. When I was 18, I would have never thought that I'd be buying a 2020 Toyota Corolla. That wasn't even something I was thinking of. I had a 2004 F-150. I was driving that gas guzzler around. I was having a good time. It was getting me from A to B and sometimes to C. I wasn't tripping, but I saw the new body style and it just amazed me, and I had to get it. And I was in a position financially to be able to do so on my own, no cosigner, no janky stuff. I did it by myself, and I'm here to tell you guys how. So at 18, 17, maybe you're 17 or 18 and you're watching this, my biggest advice I would tell anybody that's that age right now is to just get started. Whatever it is, even if it's your parents putting you on a credit card that they have, that they use, just having you and building that payment history is big. Okay, now let's say you do not have that option. Like for me, I didn't have that option. My parents did not feel comfortable putting me on their credit card. So what I had to do was go get a secured card. And so what a secured card is pretty much, let's say you put a deposit down of $200, the bank will give you that $200 as a line of credit, which is reported to the 3 major credit bureaus. I can't remember the 3 off the top of my head. I think one of them is Equifax, and another one is TransUnion or something. And there's a third one, but they're gonna report these payments that you make on this secured card to the 3 credit bureaus, which is building your payment history and whatnot. Now, another big thing, and I see this like all the time because I am an apartment manager by day and a YouTuber by night, but when I run people's credit, it's just amazing, like the dumb stuff that people just don't pay. Like there's somebody, I remember seeing $100 down at AT&T, $200 at Verizon, $300 at Xfinity. Like these are dumb things to not pay. Like when you don't pay something like this, like your phone bill, your cable bill, your utility bill, these companies are not just forgetting that you owe them money. Like they're going to go report these things to collections, and when collections go on your credit report, it actually hurts you a whole lot more than if you were to just pay those people late. You see? So a big thing is to not only pay people, but you have to pay people on time. Because let's say you have your secure card, and yeah, you made this purchase, and you know it's coming up on a payday, but you're letting it slide because you're like, oh well, I want to do this, I want to do that, I don't really feel like paying my credit card. And so then it gets 60 days. Anytime your credit card goes over 60 days, because they're going to give you up to the payment date, okay, that's when it's due. And then after that, if it goes another 30 days, which equals really a total of 60 days, if it lapses another 30 days into another payment cycle, then it will be considered late, and they will mark that on your credit. So really, in essence, even if you're struggling, you have really 60 days to figure out what you're going to do to pay off to pay your credit card, whatever the case may be. But you don't want to just not pay it all, because that's going to go as a huge derogatory mark on your credit. And I've seen it so much already, you know, just young people coming in looking for apartments, like they've already messed up their credit on dumb stuff. Not even like serious stuff, like maybe they couldn't afford a mortgage, you know, like just dumb stuff like not paying a phone bill. Come on now. So another big thing is that you want to eventually branch out beyond secured cards, and you do want to get yourself a few unsecured cards, because generally those unsecured cards are going to have a higher limit on them and will allow you to carry a balance. A big thing that banks want to see when they're looking at payment history is, okay, yeah, they want to see that you made this purchase and you paid it back just like that, but they also want to see you carry a balance at times. And so I don't know, maybe you guys have heard it, but a lot of times after you buy your first car, if you've done everything right, when you go in to buy your second car, it's just like that, because they know they're looking at your payment history. They don't need any check stubs. They don't need, like I had to show my check stubs and all of these things when I bought my first car. You won't need that on the second time, because they'll be just looking at your payment history. Okay, he sent that $450 every month. No problems for 6 years. Boom. So try to build, like for me, the way I was able to do it was I went, you know, these major retailers, they all have it, Best Buy, JCPenney, wherever it is that you find comfortable to just spend a little bit of money. Don't go overboard, but spend a little bit of money. And you know, a lot of times they'll give you pretty decent terms, you know, 0% financing or whatever, and you use that and you carry a balance for maybe 6 months, 3 to 6 months, and you know, just pay it off after that. And so that's building a payment history beyond just, okay, just paying back, spend a little bit, pay it back same month. You're going to be building that balance, that payment balance history, which is going to help you when you go into finance a car. Another big thing that you want to do also is really be consistent in building your credit. Even if it's just buying a candy bar at the store and then paying that $4 or $5 back, be consistent in doing it. Don't go overboard and, you know, spend thousands of dollars that you don't have, and then you're left in a bind trying to figure out, like, okay, well, how am I going to pay this $1,000 back? Don't do that, but be consistent and be responsible with it, and most importantly, just get started. So to sum everything up, for me, I just utilize all of those principles. I paid people on time. I paid them when they said I need to pay them. I carried a little bit of a balance. And then when it finally came for me to buy a car, I got really great terms. I was able to buy the car that I actually wanted. You see, when you put yourself in a difficult financial situations, you kind of got to take the hand you were dealt, or the hand that you are dealt, even if they do decide to deal you a hand. For instance, I know a person really jacked up credit situation, and like I said, just dumb stuff like, I think dude didn't pay the DMV. Like, what the crap? Like, come on now. He got some kind of payment plan with the DMV that he didn't pay in some state. Then your back door, he didn't pay the current car note that he has. So it's just crazy stuff. Like, why would a bank, if you're not paying the car note that you currently have, why would the bank or a dealership want to give you another car? Like, come on now, people, think about this, okay? It's not just about the here and now. You want to set yourself up for a good financial future. And so when you're in these situations, when you have bad credit, you gotta play the hand you've been dealt, and it may not be the hand absolutely that you want. Going back to this person I was just talking about, when he went into the dealership, I mean, honestly, if it was my dealership, I wouldn't even have gave him a deal at all. But for whatever reason, they gave him a deal, and they said, okay, you can buy this car, but we're gonna charge you 25% interest rate on this car for 6 years. And so that's a roundabout of about probably anywhere from $10,000 to $15,000 that he was going to be paying in interest on not even the purchase price. he was gonna be paying $10,000 to $15,000 in interest just because his credit was that jacked up and he didn't have no other options. And this was the only car, this was the only option for him if he wanted to finance another car going forward. That's crazy. You do not want to pay 20 to 25% on $20,000. That's nuts. You don't do that. Generally on a car, you want to pay anywhere from, on a new car, you want to pay like 1% maybe on a new car, and then maybe on a used car 4 to 5%. No more than that. If you're paying like 10, 15, okay, that might be okay, you know, depending on your credit, your first time buyer, but 20 to 25% is absolutely insane. And sometimes people have to take that because that's all that they can literally do, that they have no other options. And the reason why they have no other options is because A, they didn't pay people, they didn't pay people on time, and they borrowed money and pretty much just said screw it. So now, okay, these are the consequences. You're gonna pay me 10 to 15% interest on this car because it's a high likeliness that you're not gonna even pay this long. So at least while I'm at it, because banks look at things from a business perspective, and a business person wants to minimize risk. So the best way to minimize risk is to jack up the interest rate on you and make money on you like that. Banks make millions of dollars on interest rates. So that's how it's gonna go. So you can either be the person with good credit when you're 21, 22 looking for a car, or you could be the person with bad credit when you're 21, 22 looking for a car. And the same person walks into these same people walk into a dealership every day, and one of them gets a good deal and the other one gets a horrible deal. So you got to make your mind up, which person do you want to be. So thank you guys so much for watching this video today. I hope you guys found it very helpful. If you have any questions, just link them down in the description. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And for more content, make sure that you turn on the post notifications for my channel. And until next time, my name is Joseph Malone, and I'm out. Peace.